Hello students, my name is Sandeep Kumar Sani and I am working as an assistant professor in Chandigarh Polytechnic College. Today our topic is different type of filter which we are using in rectifiers and VI characteristic of Zener diode, application of Zener diode. After that we'll discuss about bipolar transistor circuits and their workings. In last lecture we will discuss in last lecture we will discuss different your rectifiers and working of uh, rectifier and working of p-n junction diode. In this lecture, after that rectifier, the function of rectifier is used to convert your analog signal into pulsating DC signal. Now we want to convert the pulsating DC into pure DC circuit, pure DC signals. So for this we required filters. We have four type of filters just like a shunt capacitor filter, series inductor filter, LC filter and pi filter that we will discuss in today lectures. First of all, I am sharing a PPT so you can easily understand different type of filters, Zener diode and their functions. Wait a moment, I am sharing a PPT. In today's lecture, we will discuss different type of filter circuits, type of diode, Zener diode and their characteristic, application of Zener diode and bipolar transistor circuits. In last lecture, we will discuss your working of p-n junction diode and different type of rectifiers. We have two type of rectifiers, half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier. In half wave rectifier, we will discuss in half wave rectifier we will discuss there is only one diode is used, so it works in only positive half. There is no working on negative half circuits. To remove this problem, the full wave rectifier comes forward and formed it work in both both cycles, for positive cycle as well as negative cycle. There are two type of full wave rectifiers. There are two type of full wave rectifiers. First is center type full wave rectifier and second is bridge type full wave rectifiers. All functions we will discuss in our last lectures. First of all, we will discuss about what is filters. Filters. As we will discuss, there are four type of filters. That first is shunt capacitor filter, next is series inductor filter, and after that LC filter, then pi filter. One by one, we will discuss their function and we will show you the output waveform of their filters. First of all, that is shunt capacitor filter. Shunt means there is parallel. At that point, the output of full wave rectifier is connected, and at the parallel of their output, the capacitor is connected. The function of capacitor is it is used to pass AC component and block DC component. So this is the output of half wave rectifier. This is applied at that point, positive and negative. The function of capacitor is used to pass AC component and block DC component. And capacitor can fastly charge and slowly discharge. At the value when the input is applied, capacitor starts charging as shown in the figure at maximum level. After maximum level, capacitor starts slowly discharging. At particular this point, the voltage again applied at input, so capacitor again start charge, then discharge, then charge, then discharge. So there is two levels, that is VLMAS, Vmax and Vmin. With the help of Vmax, Vmin, the approximately equal to DC signals are formed at the output of your shunt capacitor filter. Wait a moment. Next is your series inductor filter. The function of inductor is used to pass DC component and block AC component. Inductor is just operate opposite of capacitor. Capacitor, the function of capacitor is used to pass AC component and block DC component. That's why it is connected in shunt. And the function of inductor is pass DC component and block AC component. That's why it is connected in series. This is your input we are applying at this point. The output of full wave rectifier we are applying to this circuit, and the function is passed to DC component. But in practical case, some AC component also formed, and this output is formed at the output terminal of series inductor filter. This is nearly equal to DC signal, pure DC signal. First of all, we'll discuss shunt capacitor. After that, this is your series inductor filter. Next is your LC filter. LC filter means the combination of shunt capacitor filter and series inductor filter. In this filter, we have both inductor as well as capacitors. After the rectifier, the filter are connected in which inductor and capacitor are connected. The properties of first two filter are combined in this filter, so the output is much better than previous filters. But still there is small amount of AC component are present at the output terminal. So to remove their problem, the pi filter are formed. In pi filter, there are two capacitors connected as shown in figure, capacitor 1 and capacitor 2. And inductor L are connected in series. At that point, the input waveform, that is full wave rectifier output waveform, are connected. At the output, pure DC is formed. This is a different type of filter. In your exam, mostly one topic out of 4 topics always come in your final exams. So this topic is very important. Next is different type of diode. We have different type of diode just shown in figure, just like your ordinary diode, Zener diode, Schottky diode, and tunnel diode. First of all, we'll discuss ordinary diode. This is low level diode in which ordinary low level doping is formed, and this is used in rectifiers. After that, Zener diode. Zener diode is heavily doped diode in which it is used for regulators, voltage regulators, and it can work in both bias. After that, Schottky diode. In Schottky diode, one terminal are formed as metal and other are semiconductor. Due to that, the ordinary diode required a knee voltage, that is 0.7 volt or 0.3 volt for get on. But Schottky diode does not require any knee voltage. It can work at 0 voltage, but the problem in Schottky diode is that it have negative resistance. After particular voltage, the voltage get reduced and then start increasing. Next is tunnel diode. Tunnel diode is used in microwave circuits. After that, LEDs, that is light emitting diodes. LED is used for gallium arsenide and gallium phosphorus is used to form LED components. It is worked in forward bias. It cannot work in reverse bias. When the positive terminal of diode is connected to positive terminal of battery and negative terminal diode is connected to negative terminal battery, that condition is known as forward bias. And that in this condition, the losses comes in the form of heat, form of light. In other diodes, just like your ordinary diode, Zener diode, Schottky diode, tunnel diode, the losses comes in the form of heat. But in the case of LED, the losses comes of in the form of light. The operation of LEDs is in optical circuits, optical transmitter circuit. LED circuits are used. LED lasers are used. Next is photodiode. Photodiode is required at the part of your receiver of optical receivers. The function of photodiode is when the light apply on photodiode, the current can pass through them. It works in reverse bias, and quantity of light depend upon the flow of current. Next is varactor diode. Varactor diode is also called as variable diode. It is used in your radio receivers, TV receivers, and your radio receiver, TV receivers, satellite receivers. At that time, varactor diode recorders are used. It is also called as variable diode. It is worked in reverse bias. It can vary their capacitance. After that, Zener diode and their characteristic. This is a symbol of Zener diode. As we know that Zener diode is heavily doped diode, and it can work both in forward bias and reverse bias. In forward bias, its work light is just like your ordinary diode, but in reverse bias, after Zener breakdown, the voltage is constant and current can rapidly increase. After VZ, the voltage how much increase doesn't matter at the input, but at the output, the voltage remains constant. So it is used at the voltage at the receiver where we required a constant voltage, such like your electronic receivers. Next is our applications of Zener diode. We have different applications of Zener diode. In your syllabus, there are two applications. First is voltage regulator, and second is wave shaping circuit. First, we'll discuss what is voltage regulator. As is shown in a circuit, there is a voltage applier across this, and Zener diode is connected in reverse bias. As is shown that the negative terminal diode is connected with positive terminal battery, and positive terminal battery is connected with negative terminal battery. That condition is known as reverse bias condition. Vin is your variable resistance. At the time the voltage is lesser than 10 volt, the current cannot flow through VZ diode, that is Zener diode. After 10 volt, the diode barrier is break and current can flow through them. Due to that, the voltage across this diode is 10 volt as shown in figure, and you can connect any device from this point. So there is constant voltage obtained from to this device which we are connected from this positive and negative terminal. This is your voltage regulators. Next is wave shaping circuits. Diode also works as a wave shaping circuit as shown in your figure. This is a circuit of your wave shaping circuits. The input is applied from this point. Suppose the input voltage is plus minus 5 volt. That means this maximum voltage is plus 5 volt, and this maximum voltage is minus 5 volt. But the diode is connected is 3 volt. 3 volt breakdown diode are connected at here. So two back-to-back diodes are connected. First of all, we discuss when input is forward bias condition, or we can say that when positive half signals of AC signal are come at this point. At that point, this Z1 is forward bias and Z2 is reverse bias till 3 volt. After 3 volt, the diode get breakdown and current can flow through them. As shown in figure, output figure, the voltage as increases up to 3 volt. After 3 volt, the current can rapidly increase and voltage at constant. And again the voltage is reduces as the input signal is reduced. At negative half cycle, same operation is performed, but at that time your Z2 is forward bias and Z1 is reverse bias. Due to that, reverse bias till 3 volt, as we know that the both Zener diode are 3 volt diode, 3 volt breakdown diode. After 3 volt, this diode also break and current can flow through them. Due to that, you can see that the voltage increases at that point, particular this point. This is your 3 volt, and then voltage at constant. Again, voltage at reduced due to their input signal. As you can see that the input signal is sinusoidal wave, and it can change their shape. So we can change their input signal according to our convenience. This is a second application of Zener diode. First is voltage regulator, which we'll discuss in previous slide, and next is your phase shaping circuits. Zener diode is mostly used in your electronic circuits, just like your power supplies, or you can use in your mobile phones also, and where the particular voltage required a constant voltage. At that time, Zener diode is also required. Next is your bipolar transistor circuits. First of all, we discuss about the construction of bipolar transistor. In previous lecture, we will discuss about the function of ordinary PN junction diode and Zener diode and different type of diodes. Now we'll discuss about the construction of NPN and PNP transistors. The basic function of transistor is used to amplify the signals. There are two types of transistors. First is NPN transistor and PNP transistors. The name of terminal is emitter, base, and collector. As is shown in a symbol, there is arrow. The arrow terminal is known as emitter. Without arrow terminal is known as collector, and center terminal known as base. There is two junction in a transistor named as base emitter junction and base collector junction. Next is there are three terminal, that is emitter, base, and collector. Emitter is heavily doped, base is lightly doped, and collector is mediumly doped. The proper DC next is you have four type of way which the transistor is connected, in which first is the base emitter junction is forward bias and base collector junction is reverse bias. That is known as active region. Cutoff region means when the both junctions are reverse bias. That means base emitter junction and base collector junction are reverse bias. Saturation means that the both junction are forward bias. That means base emitter junction and base collector junction are forward bias condition. And off condition means that therefore active region, cutoff region, saturation region, and reverse region. In reverse region, the base emitter junction is reverse bias and base collector junction is forward bias. The transistor basically work in active region. There are two symbols named as PNP and NPN. In PNP transistor, the collector and emitter terminal is P-type semiconductor and base is your N-type semiconductor. In NPN transistor, is collector and emitter are N-type semiconductor and base are P-type semiconductor. Students, you have it is most important that you have to understand the internal circuit of transistors. In internal circuit, we will discuss that emitter is heavily doped, base is lightly doped, and collector is mediumly doped. And the width of transistor is collector have maximum width, emitter has mediumly width, and base have low width. This is the basic construction of your transistor. First of all, you have to understand this point. After we will discuss the working of transistor. This is most important points. We have two types of transistor, PNP and NPN. Three terminals, that is emitter, base and collector, and two type of junction, that is base emitter junction and base collector junction. After that, doping level, emitter is heavily doped, base is lightly doped, and collector is mediumly doped. And condition of active region is base emitter junction is forward bias and base collector junction is reverse bias. This is a condition of forward bias. This is the most important slide of bipolar transistor. This is a construction, internal construction. Totally chapter depend upon this construction. This is a symbol of NPN and PNP. The arrow of in NPN transistor is outer side and the arrow of PNP transistor is inner side. After that, working of NPN transistor. As shown in figure, the circuit is formed in a active region. For that, the base emitter junction is forward bias and base and collector junction is reverse bias, as shown in figure. As we already discussed that the condition of forward bias and reverse bias, the condition of forward bias is the positive terminal of battery is connected with positive terminal of your component and negative terminal of battery is connected with N-type semiconductors. And condition of reverse bias is when P-type semiconductor is connected with negative terminal battery and N-type semiconductor is connected with positive terminal battery, as shown in this figure. When a circuit is connected, as we know that the emitter is heavily doped and base is lightly doped and collector is mediumly doped. So when the circuit is connected, only 5% of electrons and holes are recombination and 95% of electrons are moved for collector sides due to their battery source positive terminal which are well connected. As we know that the majority of N-type semiconductor is electrons. So that means that 5% of electrons and holes are recombined and formed a flow of current that is known as IB current, and 95% of electrons move to collector side. So due to their battery source and with the help of this 95% of electrons, the IC current is flow. 95% electrons come from collector side. Due to that, the IC current is flow. This is and the total current is known as IE. That means the IE is equal to IB plus IC. This derivation, this formula is used in our forward derivations. Next is working of PNP transistor. Same active region is connected and PNP transistor is, for example, for that the positive terminal of battery is connected with P-type semiconductor and negative terminal of battery is connected with N-type semiconductor. That means that base and emitter junction is forward bias and base and collector junction is reverse bias. As is shown in figure, the N-type semiconductor is connected with positive terminal of battery and P-type semiconductor is connected with negative terminal of battery. And this circuit is formed. And when a circuit is formed, as we know that the base is lightly doped and emitter is highly doped. Now the emitter is P-type semiconductor. That means they are heavily doped with the help of holes. So 5% holes and electrons are recombined and formed IB current, and 95% holes are go to collector side, and IC current is flow with the help of 95% holes. In the working of NPN transistor, 95% electrons are go to collector side. In the working of PNP transistor, 95% holes are go to collector side to flow IC. Same as it is, the formula output of this working is IE is equal to IB plus IC. Next is there are different type of configuration. Configuration means how the transistors can connect. First configuration is common base configuration. First of all, we'll discuss a common base configuration. Before discussing common base configuration, I want to discuss the formula of gain. The formula of gain is that is output upon input. Okay, gain is output upon input. In this circuit, the output is IC current and the input is IE. So, with the help in common base circuit, the gain is IC upon IE. Okay, that name is alpha. As we'll discuss in last slide, the formula is I is equal to IC plus IB. I is equal to IC plus IB. First of all, we take a delta of IB. IE is equal to IC plus IB. After that, divide the equation with IE. So we can divide the equation with IE. As we discuss, the formula of alpha is output upon input, that is IC upon IE, as shown in figure, that is output, and this is input, that is known as alpha. And this is cancel out, the value is 1, that means 1 is equal to alpha plus delta of IB upon delta of IE. From this equation, we find the value of alpha. Alpha is equal to 1 minus delta of IB upon delta of IE. This is the value of alpha. And hence, the result comes from this equations that the value of alpha is always less than 1. So, that's why we are not using common base configuration as an amplifier. Because the amplification factor, that is alpha, or we can say that gain, is always less than 1. Next is common collector configuration. In common collector configuration, the collector terminal is common between input and output, as shown in figure. As we discussed in previous slide, the alpha value is IC upon IP, so that we can form the value of IC. IC is equal to alpha of IB. This divide from this side and multiply by this. First of all, we'll discuss same formula, that is I is equal to IC plus IB, that is first equation. After that, alpha is equal to IC upon IE, that means IC is equal to alpha of IB. Now, we can put the value of IC in this equation. So, the value of IE is equal to alpha of IE plus IB. Alpha to this side and IB is equal to IE bracket start 1 minus alpha. So, the value of beta in the case of common collector configuration, the amplification factor is beta, that is output upon input. Output is IE and input is IB. So, the value of beta is IE upon IB. Okay? Sorry, IC upon IE. This is the value of beta, that is IC upon IE. Now after that, we can put the value of IB on this equation. The value of IC is alpha upon IE and value of IB is 1 minus alpha, that is IE and cancel, and value of beta is alpha upon 1 minus alpha. So, IC is equal to beta of IB. After that, we can convert the value of beta, value of alpha in terms of beta by these equations. Next is common emitter configuration. In common emitter configuration, the emitter terminal is common between input and output. Next is this is your equations in which beta is IC upon IB, alpha is IC upon IE, and IE is equal to IC plus IB. We can take a delta part, that is IE is equal to delta of IC plus delta of IB. Delta of IB is equal to delta of IC minus delta of IC. Delta of IE minus delta of IC. Now, as we know that the value of beta is IC upon IB, so we can put the value of beta of IB in this equation, so that so that the value of IB put in this equation, then beta is equal to delta phi c upon delta phi e minus delta phi c. Divide the delta phi c in whole equation. So now the value is delta phi c upon delta phi e divided by delta phi e upon delta phi e minus delta phi c minus upon delta phi e. This I is cancel out, and delta phi c upon delta phi e, that is alpha, and delta phi c upon delta phi c upon delta phi e is alpha. So put the value here is alpha. Now the beta is equal to alpha upon 1 minus alpha. So at that time we can find the value of beta in terms of alpha. This is three characteristic. The main formula is I is equal to IB plus IC, and alpha is equal to IC upon IE, beta is equal to IC upon IB, and gamma is equal to IE upon IB. Next is different type of characteristic. We have two characteristic, input characteristic and output characteristic of common base configuration and common emitter configuration. As we discussed, there is input characteristic of common base configuration. Input characteristic is formed with the help of these circuits. As we apply a common base circuit, and input side is a forward bias and output side is your reverse bias. First of all, we take this voltage. That voltage is VCB. This voltage remains 0. After that, we increase input voltage. That means we increase VEB voltage and observe the value of VEB and IE. We can observe the value of VE and IB. So this is forward bias circuit. So it characteristic just like your forward bias circuit of p-n junction diode. After that, a circuit is curve is formed in a graph as shown in figure. After that, we increase this voltage. That voltage is VBC. After increasing VBC, this VBC and constant at particular level. For example, we constant at for 5 volt. Then increase this voltage and again observe the value of VEB and IE. You can observe that the curve of second time input characteristics comes previous than here when the output voltage is 0. This is your input characteristic of common base configuration. Output characteristic also formed in same way. In this is your output characteristic. In this, first of all, we apply the input current, that is 0, and increase the voltage, that is VCB voltage. You can see that the voltage increases but current is not increasing. And second time we increase the voltage, increase the IE current to 5 milliampere and start increase the voltage VCB. You can observe that the IC trend first start increasing and then trend get constant and voltage again increasing. When IE trend increasing again and again, you can observe that IC trend is also increasing. Due to that, we observe that your IC is directly proportional to your IE. Next is common emitter configuration. First of all, we will discuss common base configuration. Next is your common emitter configuration. This is your input and output characteristic of common emitter configuration. This is opposite this is opposite with your common base configuration. As you show that this is your output characteristic of common base configuration, and this is your input characteristic of common base configuration, and this is your output characteristic of common base configuration. In common base configuration, when the output value is increasing, than the curve formed in previous value. Next, in common emitter configuration, when the output voltage is increasing, the curve get a time required a time to form, and it required more knee voltage to arm. Same as in output circuit, output characteristic, there is a saturation region, but in common base configuration there is no saturation region. In common base configuration, the value of IE is increasing. In common emitter configuration, the value of IB is increasing. After that, the difference between common base, common emitter, and common collector. The first difference is the common terminal is in common base is base, common emitter is emitter, and common collector is collector. Input current is in common base case, that is IE, common emitter is IB, and common collector is IB. Output current is IC, and IE. The gain is IC upon IE, IC upon IB, or IE upon IB. As we discussed this in previous slides. Input voltage is VEB in the case of common base. In the case of common emitter, that is VBE. In the case of common collector, that is VBC. The output voltage is VCB, VCE, and VBC. The voltage gain is in the common base is medium, common collector is medium, and common collector is less than 1. Input resistance is very low in the case of common base, common emitter low, and common collector is high. Output resistance is very high in the case of common base, common emitter high, and common collector is low. Application of common base is preamplifiers, application of common emitter is audio amplifiers, and application of common collector is impedance matching. This is the references. Today we will discuss about different type of diodes, different type of filters, VI characteristic of diodes, application of VI characteristic of Zener diode, application of Zener diode, bipolar transistors, their workings, and their configuration. After that, we will discuss their input and output characteristics. In next lecture, we will discuss about their Bayesian techniques. If any student have a doubt in any topic, you can call me, message me, or WhatsApp me, or mail me according to your convenience. Thank you.